Welcome to
Well,
the MLS
I'm here,
Draft
yes.
special, guys. We will have NFL stuff later in the show, but the MLS Draft is in 6 days. It's on Thursday at 2 p.m. I will be hosting it with Julio of the Kickaball Pod. We'll be interviewing some players as they get drafted. We'll have live draft grades plus the simulator up. But speaking of the simulator, William wanted to try it out for the first round. Since William and I are kind of torn on who's going to go number one. I've been saying it would be Ransford Yen for most of the process, but I've sort of come around to Williams' guy, Junior Yoff. But Joey's already told us he's not interested in picking a goalie. He's already told us off the air. This thing is,
I have no tongue-tied.
You have 4 minutes to pick, but yes, you can see there's all prospects, forwards, top midfielders, top goalies, and the top defensemen. And Butler got Akron all the Elite Eight, 36 career shutouts, 6'4", 190. You can keep looking though. Herseg got Vermont up to an undefeated regular season. Vermont, they were the national champions last year. You were on the call with me when they beat Denver in the Final Four. Logan Erb is playing in the national championship on Monday night against the Washington Huskies. Jeremy Abottle got the St. Louis Billikens in the Final Four, but he's only 25, but he is the best player on the Billikens. I've interviewed Coach Kalish. He will pound the table for Abottle. And my final first-round goalies, Jackson Levitt, Elon. I can keep scrolling down this list.
A bottle of what? A bottle of what? This Patron Silver is one of the big bottles. I'll pound the table for him too. You gotta be more specific there, man. So if you're pounding the table for a bottle, I gotta know what you're getting a bottle of.
More specific.
I'm not pounding a table for a bottle. I'm reading off names. His name's a bottle. Jeremiah a bottle.
Oh.
Okay, I'm like, you're pounding a table for a bottle? It's like, damn. It's like, you can get me
okay. Joey, there is no key. Look at the visual.
Where we murder middle names.
I'm trying. They're kind of
names around here. Draft Utopia.
The Utopia of middle names.
It's funny.
You've got the number one pick, but you only got
20
seconds. But you can take this down to the wire if you want. You're still undecided. You're still thinking this over. This is
hard. You mentioned the top goalie in the draft.
Yes.
What is his wingspan?
I thought I had the
What
top
is his
pick in the
name?
draft.
The top goalie in the draft for me is Mitch Butler out of Akron. He is fifth on my big board. I have him going to Orlando. He had 36 career shutouts, one shy of tying Andre Blake, former number one pick of most all time. He shut out Duke, he shut out Notre Dame, he shut out Ohio State, 6'4", 198, 13 shutouts this year. Began the season with 6 consecutive shutouts as well.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, let's go with that, because I really want to know his wingspan, but at the same time, if you're starting with 6 straight shutouts, and again, doing it against those big-time schools, just, you deserve the number one pick in that case.
So, with the first pick, Joey and DC United has selected Mitch Butler, the goalie out of Akron. So, William, you've got number 2. Do you still want Junior, or would you like to go in a different direction with Atlanta at number 2?
Well,
Junior did finish the year with 18 goals and 6 assists, and he's winning triple teams, quadruple teams.
Okay. Yeah.
I can pull up positions of different players. Atlanta needs help everywhere outside of goaltending.
Well, I mean,
they got Jaden Hipper.
You could. I mean, is there somebody else that might be?
There's Dioff, there's Simmons, and then there's Yin at 3. Richie Amon, Washington Senior, took the Huskies to the national championship, leads the country in assists. And then for defenders, you've got Luka Nikolai at right back, Aiden Martin at left back. It's kind of a weak center back draft, but Atlanta's got the number 2 pick. And you've still got plenty of time. You've still got 3 minutes to make a selection. And in real life, MLS teams are going to get 4 minutes to make a pick. That's why the simulator is listed at 240
Show
seconds.
me Nikolai, that last one you just showed me.
Luka Nikolai, North Carolina right back. He's got a little bit of experience at midfield as well.
Huh. Yeah, maybe we'll just go back to Junior. I'll take Junior.
Junior Yoff
Yes, sir.
goes to Atlanta at number 2. I am on the clock with FC Dallas, and I am taking Ransford Yin. FC Dallas has a good striker. We do need a goalie as well, but I think we can get a good goalie with our next pick at 16, and we are going to rotate counterclockwise. Does anyone want to make an argument for Nicholas Simmons, though? Nicholas Simmons, his dad is a former soccer player on Jamaica in the FIFA World Cup. His dad was a former striker on the Jamaica team. His older sister also plays soccer. So, yeah, you could say Nicholas Simmons is the Lenore Sellers of this year's MLS draft.
You could say
he's actually a top 5 pick.
That he was built for this, from the beginning, bred for it. I mean, with his dad being a player, that would be his idol growing up. I mean, obviously, it's
FC Dallas has Logan Farrington, and they have another striker that had 10 goals this year, even after trading their best striker, Jesus Ferreira, to the Sounders for another first-round pick. So I probably am going to go Ransford Yin here, but you could definitely make an argument for Nicholas Simmons at 3 based on value. So, again,
definitely. I can definitely agree with that.
I am going to take Yin at 3, but I just wanted to hear everyone out, make an argument.
You hear me?
Joey's back. So once he gets back on, I will punch in Ransford Yin as my pick.
What are you going to say, man?
At 4.
Yeah, I will say this. Said to make an argument for the young Jamaican man, and I will say this. I work with a couple of Jamaicans, okay? They are some of the biggest personalities, sometimes, a lot of times, most positive personalities I have ever met in my life. Okay? So I'm pretty positive if you draft him, you're going to get a massive increase in your locker room dynamic. Because those guys they are all go all the time, and
Joey, do you want the Jamaican? I just took Ransford Yin at 3. Do you want the Jamaican? Because he's there at number 4.
Well,
if you want him.
What he was saying, to change that locker room dynamic and give your team that morale.
Auto Draft's going to give him the Jamaican if he does not make a pick on time. That's sort of how Auto Draft works. I don't think Joey's going to be upset with that, to be completely honest.
No, I do not believe so, but I can see where he was coming from that. So
we're not going to push the button, and if the timer runs out, Joey's going to get the Jamaican. That's just kind of how it's going to work. But yeah, to recap our top 3,
we were doing so well,
Joey
man.
took the goalie Mitch Butler at 1. William took Junior Yoff, the Grand Canyon striker, at 2, and I took Ransford Yin with FC Dallas at number 3. And yeah, that's the draft results. That's pretty cool how the visuals show up. You get the college, you get the player, you get the photo of the player, the photo of the college, photo of the pro team. We're going to have something like this for the NFL draft. So not only will we have live draft grades, draft results, we can just click the player as they're picked. And I think that's going to be super efficient on day 3 when the picks just come flying in. We're not going to have time to break down everything.
For real, man. It's going to be a blast, dude. I was thinking about that the other day. I guess it was whatever last weekend because we started to talk about it a little bit. And it was like, yeah.
Yeah, because I got the WNBA one up to 5 players and the NFL one.
Yeah.
All right, Joey, you are back. You're still on the clock. I took Ransford Yin from Ghana. I took Ransford Yin at 3. He's 5th the need at midfielder. He's from Ghana. The Jamaicans on the
We were
board.
talking
You have
about the leadership in the locker room dynamic.
I'll take.
Joey's leaving us on
What
a
keeps
cliffhanger
happening,
here with
man?
50 seconds. I love it. I love it. I'm not even pissed. I love
What
it.
keeps happening,
I love
man?
the fact that this is coming right down to the wire. It feels like I'm at the actual draft.
Never thought that would happen here, eh?
Nope.
Just wait for Joey's Wi-Fi to start screwing up or whatever. I don't know what's happening. Joey! Joseph!
It's like we're screaming Wilson at this point. The soccer ball cast away.
Oh, man. Wow. Just wow.
I didn't know that when it got to under a minute, this the ticker it goes from orange to red. Wow, it's like you gotta.
Cool, man.
I'm just glad the ticker's not like a bomb. I'm just glad. And Joey ran out of time.
We get a
so
chance
he
to see
got
what happens. Look, it took
Nicholas
him. It
Simmons.
worked.
Auto draft took. So Nicholas Simmons is part of Sporting Kansas City with Joey's pick at number 4. So
you know what this
Joey
shows
got
me?
the Jamaican.
You know what this
And
shows
you are
me?
up next, William. Yes, you are up next. You've got number 5, Richie Amon, Washington midfielders there.
This
Nicholas
shows me
Herseg.
that we got a chance to see if your simulator was going to work like it was supposed to if it ran out of time. So it was positive. See, it's like being positive in the locker room. What we were just talking about.
Yeah, and Joey, I think Joey wanted Nicholas Simmons, but simulator he ran out of time.
Okay, we got who we got here? Richie Amon.
Richie Amon from Washington. He's a playmaker. He can generate double-digit assists. Herseg. Orlando needs a goalie, though. I did remember the Reddit thread with the goalies. Orlando does need a goalie.
Who are the goalies that are available?
You got Herseg. You've got Herb. He's playing in the championship against Washington on Monday. You've got O'Bonnell. Levitt. O'Bonnell. Levitt. You got Durham.
Oh, well.
It'll ease the pain of what I'm doing here.
Hey, you're back.
Auto draft gave you Simmons, the Jamaican. Yeah. Auto draft gave you Simmons, but yeah.
Jamaica, man, reminds me of Marked for Death with Steven Seagal. You guys remember that movie? Want to date myself? That was like one of my favorite movies when I was.
Conlon from Kentucky. Andrew Samuels from Princeton's considered the number 1 goalie in Mark Kelkenberg's 3-round mock. Okay. I have him at 72. Nicky McCune at 79 on my big board. So those are the goalies. There's 10 goalies that are draftable this year, and only one of them is off the board. But Orlando does need a goalie. That's their biggest need. But you can go a different route if you trust David Ochoa.
Have you ever seen one in a fight? Chris, have you ever seen one of these guys like actually get in a fight or like actually maybe in an interview or anything?
Herseg won the national championship last year for Vermont as a freshman.
Like what?
And he's the biggest goalie of the group, 6'6", 213.
Yeah. I like him. That's who I'll pick. Herseg.
So Williams going to take Nicholas Herseg.
Yeah, for sure.
At the number 5 spot.
I was trying to get Chris to laugh, and it totally wasn't working, so don't mind me.
Well, the Rapids have 2 needs. They need a left back, and they need a goalie. I am making the pick for Stan Kroenke here at number 6.
Oh, man.
I should go for need. I really should. I should go for need. They need a goalie, and they need a left back. I really should go for need here because if I don't,
you know how often I hear that name.
Stan Kroenke, one of the best sports owners in the business.
Yeah,
I'm debating whether to go Amon or do I go because I
live out
gave
here in
Colorado. I gave Colorado Aiden Martin at 10.
Okay.
Aiden Martin's the top left back in the draft for Cornell. I gave Colorado him at 10. I'm not going to go defense, but left back and goalie are the two main needs. And Logan Erb, it might be a reach, but it feels like I got to take Erb at 6 because I think Joey's going to pick Logan Erb if I don't pick him.
Chris,
so
don't mess this up, man. I live out here in Colorado, man. Don't mess this
Logan
up.
Erb's playing for a national championship, William. Perfect. I don't think I can mess this up unless I pass on him.
Okay, I like it. Do it.
So, but I am going to wait until we get closer to under a minute to give Joey more time to reconnect.
Joey, where are you?
So I will go Logan Erb, but again,
go all Batman on him. Where are you?
So 3 goalies in the top 6.
Stan Kroenke is a very
and really the only areas Colorado hasn't addressed in the draft are left back and goalie. They've addressed every other area in the draft the last few years, and they've got 4 first-round picks this year. They had 5 last year, so they got to go with a left back or a goalie. And I don't think there's a left back worth taking at 6. So that sort of leaves goalie by process of elimination.
I like it.
I'm waiting for Joey to return before I lock in the pick, because I want to give him as much time as possible. If Joey does not return, the simulator is going to give him Richie Amon at 7, who's the 4th best player. St. Louis, they do need a defender, and a lot of St. Louis fans have Luka Nikolai. I mean, a bottle could also be in play. But I'm probably going to go with Logan Erb. I'm all right, Joey. I am on the clock here. All right.
I just love that the simulator works so much better than all those other websites, simulators.
I still don't know how to implement trades, William. I tried. I tried to put a trade thing in. I couldn't do it. But the visuals on this are incredible. I agree, William.
It'll come.
All right, so I've got 40 seconds to make a pick. I've waited to make my pick because Joey's on deck, and I'm taking Logan Erb. Colorado has only 2 needs, a left back and a goalie. And if I pass on a goalie here, I'm going to piss off Stan Kroenke. That is not a luxury I have.
Perfect.
So 3 goalies have been selected in the top 6. And Joey's back on the clock at number 7. 3 of the goalies that I mocked in the first 16 picks have gone in the first 6 selections.
Yeah.
So absolute chaos at this super draft.
This was foreseen, though, wasn't it?
Then the next pick, the top striker.
Striker.
You going goalie too, Joey? I mean, a bottle's the top goalie in the draft. You're picking for St. Louis. St. Louis Billikens are the local college by St. Louis City SC. So you could take a bottle here. Roman Berkey's getting older.
I could, but I'm going to go top striker. I want to shake things up a little bit.
Okay. The top striker on the board is Marius Stenner out of Delaware. First Blue Hen to be drafted in the first round since Joe Flacco if he gets picked in the first round on Thursday. So Delaware's
I believe we talked about him. Maybe not last year, but maybe it was last year, about how a great performance he had, a great playoff he had, or something of that nature. But I remember the conversation, and we were singing his praises. So this seems like a great pick for me, because he is going to score some points here at the next level.
Yeah, New England needs a striker, so you just kind of put William in a very difficult spot. The top 2 strikers on the board are Enzo Davlo from UNC Greensboro. We did interview a striker from UNC Greensboro a few years ago, Theo Colom. This guy is from France, just like Theo, and we also, Ricky Lewis from Georgia Southern's also available. Those are the top 2 strikers left on the board for William. The best overall player on the board is probably Amon from Washington, but Nikolai's still there. I've got a feeling William's going to pick Nikolai. I did mock him to St. Louis, but I don't know what he's going to do. I could not tell you for certain.
I like Nikolai. It sounds good.
So Nikolai's your pick at 8. Then
I was considering it.
Well, you guys missed me laughing at the fact that I just lost William. So, I just wanted to reiterate that I was laughing at that situation.
we're happy that you blocked William, Joey, because New England needs a striker really badly, but they might need a right back too, since Brandon Bye, the starting fullback on the Revolution, opted out of his contract. So Luka Nikolai all of a sudden fills the need for the New England Revolution at 8. If that's the route William goes.
The first fuck you of this Saturday.
So Luka Nikolai. Just confirming that Nikolai is your pick, William. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So
Russian. He got the Jamaican. I'm going hometown. Russian.
Okay, Orlando. Now that we've given Orlando a goalie, William gave Orlando Herseg. It's my turn to pick for Orlando. Amont is a very easy slam dunk pick for Orlando at 9. And look, I love Jay Mamaro. I listened to Jay Mamaro's interview on the Bryant Bulldogs radio station. He talked about how Bryant had championship aspirations. They did end up losing to St. Louis in the tournament, but they were confident. They were energetic. Bryant was ranked in the top 4 at the country at one point. But I got to take him on here. I mean, this is the top senior in the draft, in my opinion, and Washington's playing in the championship, and this is just a slam dunk pick. The number 4 player falling to 9. I'd be foolish to pass that up at this point in the draft. Get a playmaker for Duncan McGuire. And Orlando's attacking midfielder had 11 goals, 16 assists. So Amon is going to be the pick here for me. Joey's back on the clock here. Probably pulled the trigger a little too early. But yeah, I knew what I wanted, and I wasn't going to wait for it. But yes, Joey now has to impress Stan Kroenke. Number 10 pick.
This isn't on me, is it, guys?
You're here. I can hear you perfectly. It says Joey joined.
Who's running out of time?
All right. You were on the... Damn it. This is not Joey's fault. This is Restream's fault. Restream's having some technical difficulties. Please.
Any defenseman.
You are on the clock for the Rapids at 10. It is Stan Kroenke's team.
Don't screw
You got a lot of pressure for you. Only need for Colorado is a left back. You can take the Cornell left back. That's the top left back in the draft at 10, Aid Martin, or you can go with another direction.
Don't screw this up, man.
I will screw this up, and I will do it spectacularly.
What position would you like me to click on, or player? If you,
I heard something about defense. What?
is Joey gonna is auto draft? Is Joey gonna make sure auto draft screws Stan Kroenke? Is that what's gonna happen, William? Because that's what it feels like is gonna happen.
He said defenseman. Who are the? Bring them
He said
up.
defenseman.
Yeah, bring them up.
Top defenseman's Aiden Martin, a left back, which is a need for Colorado.
That's who he was saying. So,
All right. That's the best player for Colorado.
Mhm.
That's who I mocked to Colorado at 10. So that makes
Good
a lot
deal.
of sense.
Good deal.
So neither of us screwed up for Colorado.
Yep.
But now we're picking for San Jose at 11. You're picking for San Jose at 11. So, you know, they don't really have a major need, William, as hard as that is to believe. They're pretty much set everywhere. They just couldn't make the
luxury
playoffs. So
pick.
you can go best player on the board.
Yeah.
We've got Amaro from Bryant, and we got Edward Noss from Illinois Chicago. Those are the top two best overall players on the board, but I can pull up different positions if you'd like, whether it's forward or defense or goalie. I can pull up different positions, or I can keep scrolling through the board if you'd like. I could scroll down a little bit further if you don't want to take either of those to Davlo, Lewis, Abonel. This guy from Princeton, 6'3", 190. He's the top center back in the draft.
Yeah. Princeton? I like the sound
Yeah,
of that.
Princeton's got a few draft-eligible players. The Princeton Tigers. They've got like 3 draft-eligible players this year. They were the number 2 team in the college.
Only White Church. That's a hell of a name. So he's English and Italian.
Yes.
Nice. I think that would be an excellent.
He's actually German, I think. I think he's actually German.
Oh, that's interesting.
And Germans have really good soccer players.
It's really interesting. Yeah, I like that pick because of Princeton.
All right.
Let's
Before I find 6'3", 190 from San Diego, California. Lassie Kelp was the German, but William takes the top center back from Princeton at 11.
Yes, sir.
And it is my turn to make a selection at number 12. Number 12 is the New York Red Bulls. They don't really have a goal-scoring striker. That's a big reason why I ended up mocking Enzo. Well, actually, the player I mocked at 12 is gone. I mocked a goalie to New York at 12.
I just loved having that luxury pick, you know? I mean, dude.
Yeah. Well, Carlos Coronel, what's happening with
the
him?
smart guy.
What is happening with
Give me a
Carlos
coach.
Coronel, the goalie for New York? Is he coming back or is he not coming back? Because
I'm trying to come back. I'm trying. It is a very good attempt.
Hey, I didn't screw you.
No, you didn't.
I saved the one guy for you to pick microwaves, and yeah, I took the luxury pick of the smartest guy. I said, "Give me a coach." You know, if I have a luxury pick,
William took the center back from Princeton.
Okay, give me the guy William saved for me because he was such a stand-up guy.
You got the guy from Cornell, Joey. Aiden Martin, top left back in the top defender on the board. You got the guy you wanted.
He was talking to defenseman.
Yeah, you got the top defenseman on the board, so you got the guy you wanted. I guess.
Thank you.
I gotta take the bottle here because New York Red Bulls, they did not re-sign Carlos Coronel, so that means Abonel, who I mocked at 16 to Dallas, is coming off the board at 12.
Perfect.
So 4 goalies in the top 12. This is absolute insanity. I only had 5 goalies in my first round, but the 4 I had in the top 16 all came off the board by 12. So, you know, there's some other good goalies in this draft, like Mark Kelkenberg has Princeton's goalie as the top goalie in the draft. So even though I've got a third on him, you could still pick the Princeton goalie in the first round if you need a goalie. But Real Salt Lake, they're on the clock. They need a striker more than anything else. But the best players on the board are midfielders. You've got James Amaro. He's from Madrid, Spain, by the way.
Nice.
Interviewed really well. He's from Madrid, Spain. I know Spain has really known for their soccer players, Joey.
Yeah.
So that's probably the pick you should make, but I will scroll down.
That was what I was thinking. When the second you said Madrid, I'm like, Madrid, Salt Lake? You know, they are one of the best soccer regions on the planet, and I would be thrilled to take one of those guys.
And Amaro interviewed really well, too, which is another bonus. So James Amaro to Real Salt Lake at 13. Williams got pick 14 for Orlando. This is a position where you can go best player on the board. We've got Edward Nies, Enzo Davlo from UNC Greensboro, Ricky Lewis, Georgia Southern, Ulfer Bjornsson, preseason #1 pick out of Duke. He's from Iceland, by the way. Cooper Forcellini from Xavier. Lassie Kelp, he's a center back from Germany. You already took the #1 center back from Princeton. You could grab the #2 one as well. Pablo Pozos from West Virginia. We could have him on the show. That's
kid, man.
Cooper from Xavier. All right.
Yeah. Tell me about him.
He is a central midfielder, but he's one of the better central midfielders in this draft. So there's that. And I'll pull up his numbers really quickly since I already clicked on his name. I'll pull up his production here. Forcellini had 10 goals, 2 assists, 22 points, and he helped Xavier record 4 shutouts as a senior.
Not bad, not bad.
All right. I'm on the clock for the Portland Timbers. They need a striker in the worst way possible. I love what Edward Nies has done. He can attack the net. He scores from really hard angles, but they need a striker. Portland needs a striker. They did not have anybody who recorded 10 goals on their entire roster. And that's very disappointing because last year Portland kicked ass on offense, but their defense underachieved. Ian Smith has a promising rookie year. Joey liked Ian Smith out of Denver last year, Denver Pioneers, and their offense takes a step back. So Enzo Davlo from UNC Greensboro. First French striker they've had since Theo Colom. Davlo is coming off the board. He's going to be the pick for Portland at 15. This is a very open and shut case. And Joey's picking for FC Dallas at 16. You cannot screw it up anywhere.
Whoa. I got a guy. I had a guy in mind. I can't remember his name, but I know you know him. The guy from Iceland.
We were just talking about Iceland.
Ransom. I can never remember his name, but he's a very good player. And I have a friend that is from Iceland who now lives in Colorado. She and I always talk about hockey, and she always said how amazing he was because she's a huge hockey fan. So we're going to go, in honor of Megan, we're going to go with the Iceland player here.
Yeah, Edward Nies.
I almost did it.
Is the top player on the board. I'll pull up his numbers on. I'm pulling up his numbers on Draftutopia. But if you want to go in a different direction, that's fine. He can hit the ball in really hard angles. Like he can make shots that you cannot teach a striker to make, and he has the it factor. To put things into perspective, he had 31 goals, 27 assists, and 89 points at a Northeast Community College in 2024. This year, he had 16 goals, 5 assists, and 37 points at Illinois Chicago. But he had 89 points at community college last year before this season. So that's what Nies brings to the table. Lewis is also on the board. It is Lassie Kelp from Germany is available. Pablo Pozos, we might have him on. We're trying. I know Julio of the Kickaball podcast is going to do a stream with me. He's going to try to get some actual players in the draft to come on. We'll interview them on Thursday during the Super Draft. So if I don't get all the grades up on Thursday, understand I'm going to be interacting, asking players about their journeys, about what they've done in soccer, and just having a good time. So be a little bit understanding of that. Clarence Awudior led Central Florida to a Sun Belt title. Jackson Levitt, the Elon goalie. Daniel Lugo of High Point was the Big South striker of the year for High Point. Laurie Goddard, he scored the game-winning goal to knock Vermont out of the tournament. Vermont was undefeated up until their loss to Hofstra in the Sweet 16. So Laurie Goddard is on the board. Stefan Najiki, left winger from Maryland. Noah James, San Diego. Diego Hernandez, he carried Furman to the Final Four. 10 goals, 9 assists, 10 shutouts for the Furman Paladins. I know we were talking about Furman earlier, William. You want to take Diego here? Mitchell Baker from Georgetown, 6'5", 205. And that's just the round 1 talent. Do you want me to look at some of these round 2 guys, William, or do you want to take someone that we've already mentioned?
What'd you say about that 6'5" guy?
The Georgetown guy, Mitchell Baker.
Yeah.
Mitchell Baker had very good production. I mean, we initially had a second on Baker, but he was so dominant this year that we moved him into round 1. Mitchell Baker had 14 goals, 3 assists, 31 points. Led Georgetown to the Big East Championship and an Elite Eight appearance where Georgetown lost to North Carolina State, who's playing in the championship. So you can argue, for the sake of arguing, that Georgetown.
Yeah, I think he's definitely the pick here.
All right, Mitchell Baker from Georgetown comes off the board at number 17 to Austin FC. I had Cooper Forcellini at 18, but we're going to go with Edward Niss, the Illinois-Chicago midfielder. I'm going to wait till Joey gets back in to make the pick. So Chicago's going to get the hometown Edward Niss, who had a very good career at Illinois-Chicago and 89 points at community college. Why am I being an asshole to the Fire, making them wait 210 seconds to get a hometown player they'd kill to have? Because Joey's going to be on the clock at 19, and even if I don't make my pick on time, Auto Draft's going to give me the player I want. So this is a rare instance, William, where I can wait as long as I need to for Joey. I could go to the bathroom right now if I really needed to, probably come back, and I know Edward Niss, the guy I want, would be the pick via Auto Draft.
Well,
so this is a rare instance where I can let Auto Draft do the work for me and give Joey the time he needs to call back in.
Make sure everything's working properly.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that right now.
You just want an excuse to take a piss?
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, guys, I don't know much about soccer, but I could probably get a rise out of Joey if I started talking about Shedeur Sanders and just, after one game and everybody's crowning him the next Brady or something, and I mean, he just certainly is not the fact. I mean, against one of the worst defenses in the league, and it's just a simple. Shedeur steps back. He is literally reading the defense from a defensive point of view, like the opposite. So he's having to go through 2 different layers on each different read, and he's just looking for the open receiver. If he doesn't have a wide open receiver, he's not throwing it to anyone. He's either going to take the sack so he can pad his stats. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. It's very quick.
Well, I wasn't hearing from anyone, so I went into a Shedeur Sanders rant just in case.
Very good.
I mean, Joey, I figured he wouldn't be able to control himself if
and it's like what Fowler did was more impressive. I'm not going to knock Shedeur. I'm kind of neutral. Joey's pro Shedeur. You're anti Shedeur. I'm kind of the neutral party when it comes to Shedeur. Because I think he does have the upside to be a Pro Bowl QB, but I also think he's very raw to the point where he might be a bust. So I'm the neutral part.
Well,
and whenever Joey says
talent in that arm, man, that arm is just
Shedeur. Whenever Joey says people who disagree with me on Shedeur are uninformed idiots, I point out how Daniel Kelly is far harsher on Shedeur than I am.
Than even me. Let's go with that one.
Yeah,
and I don't even know. Hey, look, is that Joey? Yeah.
Is Joey back? Well, Auto Draft's going to give me Edward Niss, but I'm going to wait until 1 second to clock in the pick. Because I know I want Edward Niss, and I know Auto Draft's going to give me him.
He's
So-
saying it won't let him like refresh the page or something. So,
Well, Joey gets to make another pick for Stan Kroenke at 19. But yeah, Edward Nies is the pick. I heard a noise. I think that might be Joey. He's back. I just took Edward Nies, the hometown guy for the Fire at 18, Chicago Fire. They're getting a new stadium at the same location the White Sox were trying to get. So they stole the stadium location from the White Sox, and the city approved it. The mayor of Chicago and the government and the people there, they approved the
my love for the White Sox. I mean, man,
they won the lottery, William. I'm happy for you. They
Yeah.
won the lottery. They're going to get a really good player at number 1, the White Sox. But yeah, I took Edward Nies.
he was
Joey's
back
on the
for 3
clock.
seconds.
Yeah.
And
We've managed to
then it
not
takes
piss
him
off
back
Stan Kroenke in this draft, which is good. We gave Colorado's 2 biggest needs were left back and goalie. We've addressed both those needs. So now you can go best player on the board. Now you can go best player on the board with these extra 2 first-round picks. So I'm guessing this is going to be a midfielder or a forward.
Yeah.
Because by process of elimination, that's really all that you can do here if you're Colorado. But I don't know what route Joey's going to go in. I to be completely honest.
Maybe. Is that him? Oh my God!
You're
My
back.
He rises from the ashes.
We got Lassie Kelp, the German center back from Maryland. Maryland did get to the Elite Eight before they lost
We
to
need
Washington.
Morgan Freeman in here to like narrate this for us.
Damn it, auto draft clicked on Ricky Lewis. Are you kidding me? Joey's time didn't even run out yet. The board accidentally clicked on Ricky Lewis. So I'll tell you what, to make things right, you can have I will see my pick.
If I'm up, just give me center back.
Well,
All
right.
I don't know how long I'm going to have a connection.
You'll get Lassie Kelp, the German. So you'll get the top center back on the board at 20 for Orlando. And then you'll get pick 22. Sorry, William, I didn't mean to skip you, but auto draft decided to be a dick. So I apologize for
It's
auto
all right,
draft.
It's all right.
But yeah, Orlando, they didn't. I have to give FC Dallas needs a goalie. Jackson Levitt's the only first-round goalie on the board, so FC Dallas is getting Jackson Levitt. And all the first-round goalies are gone. Unless you love Kyle Durham. Connecticut's had a goalie in the first round in each of the last 2 drafts. Kyle Durham started out at Pitt as the backup goalie, transferred to Connecticut, became their starter these past 2 seasons. If you became the backup last year, Connecticut started this year. So Kyle Durham's available. The Princeton goalie's available. Guys available, but yes, as far as the talent goes,
The center back.
I think
Yes.
you got Lassie Kelp, the top center back with your last pick.
Are
You
the
still want
cops
another center
chasing
back
you, bro?
from Charlotte?
Are the cops chasing you?
Sure.
I mean, this
So
is Dave
I'm
Tepper, Joey. If you want to give Dave Tepper the worst possible player on the board because you think he's a piece of shit, that's fine by me. It's your pick.
You make a very good point. I was going to say because I don't know how long I'm going to be connected, but with that point, I say yes, give him the worst pick available.
Okay, the board. I've only have the board up to 80 players. There's 90 picks in the draft. I only have the
He's a
simulator
terrible
up to 80
football
at the
owner,
moment,
so,
but I will
yeah.
give Dave Tepper
Give-
the 80th
give
best
Dave-
player in the draft.
Give Dave Tepper number 80. I don't care who it is. Give him 80.
Coming up.
Coming right up, sir. Next.
And Zach
Right there.
Lillington of UC Davis is Dave Tepper's pick. I have
Probably
him at
the best
80 on the
player.
board.
Probably the best player in the draft, man. Watch. Just watch.
I mean, Mark Kelkenberg does have a first-round grade on Lillington. He mocked him the Chicago Fire at 18. So I don't think we may have helped Dave Tepper.
I can either be a vengeful bastard or be a freaking genius. It's either going to be either or. So I can deal with either one.
All right, William, you're on the clock at 23. It's your turn to make a selection. Everyone in the top 19 outside of everyone in the top 20 is gone outside of Pablo Pozos. But yeah, we're at the point where now you got to start swinging for the fences.
Pablo Pozos, what's wrong with him?
Pablo Pozos, I have him at 20. Mark Kelkenberg has him at 30. West Virginia striker. He's pretty good. There's really nothing wrong with him. He complimented Marcus Calderia, 2024 first round pick at striker. So that's a great pick at 23.
Okay.
All right. Pablo Pozos is the pick here. And then 24. So William took Pablo Pozos at pick 23 with Minnesota. They needed a striker, so that's a great pick. And Marcus Calderia and Pablo Pozos, teammates in West Virginia, are now teammates in Minnesota since Minnesota drafted Calderia in the first round 2 years ago. So now the two West Virginia strikers are now teammates on the same
That is so poetic. Because I looked in NFL Mock Draft this morning that had Tate and the Ohio State right tackle both going to the Browns. So it's like, I'm going to say the same thing here. They can share a U-Haul just to go right up to their team. They can share a U-Haul and they can save on the trip.
Well, LAFC needs an attacking midfielder. I've got pick 24. Clarence Awudor of Central Florida is the top player on the board. 5'7", 160, but he had 15 assists, led Central Florida to a Sun Belt title over Marshall, who's the powerhouse in the Sun Belt in soccer. So I'm going to go Clarence Awudor. I could go Laurie Goddard, who knocked off number 1 Vermont. Laurie Goddard is... I'll pull up both Laurie Goddard knocked off number 1 Vermont, and he's significantly bigger than Awudor. Either you want to make Goddard over Awudor, or should I just lock in on Awudor? Because I've got him there on my board.
I have no argument. I'm sad you didn't laugh at my joke, so just put it in.
All right, we're going to go Awudor here at 21. So LAFC, they get Awudor. Magic Johnson, he gets a midfielder to pair with his striker Alec Hughes that he traded up for in last year's draft.
But Magic Johnson would play for his own U-Haul. You need 2 people.
Yes, pick 25. This is Joey's next pick. So we each have 2 picks left since there's only 30 MLS teams. Real Salt Lake, they have pick 25.
I choose the U-Haul company because every prospect deserves an affordable U-Haul.
Let's see if there's a college that resembles U-Haul. There's Lugo. There's Laurie Goddard. Stefan Nijike from Maryland. He's a left winger. I mocked him to Real Salt Lake at 25. Noah James, central midfielder for San Diego. Diego Hernandez took Furman to the Final Four. Mikey Johnson.
Anybody on UTEP? UTEP.
I don't see U-Haul player. Jesus De Vicente, left back. Yeah. Jesus is the pick.
Yes.
All right. Real Salt Lake gets the only left back with a first-round grade still on the board. And William, it is finally your turn to make a pick for Stan Kroenke. I've had to do it. Joey's done it twice. We haven't screwed up yet. You got the final pick for Colorado. You get to make a pick for Colorado, your hometown team.
Oh, man. Who do I got?
We got Lugo. We got Laurie Goddard, who knocked off number 1 Vermont. Nijike Left winger on Maryland, Noah James. Diego Hernandez took Furman to the Final Four. And then start to get into some of the round 2 guys. You got Kyle Durham. Mashaba had double-digit shutouts. Patrick Kelly out of Penn is a good player. Nick Lockerman, he can play left back, right back, center back. Missed the last 2 games of the season with an injury. Tim Strele from St. Peter's. Daniel D.I. Polito was a preseason number 2 player behind Ulfar Bjornsson, but his numbers were not as good. Dorian Drux is the 7th best goalie available. Another defensive midfielder, Marquise Murr. Philip Naif had double-digit assists at UCLA. Nacho Abil is a striker in North Carolina. First name Nacho. So, yes, there's a player in this draft named Nacho, Joey. Go ahead. Make a joke about it if you like.
I like spicy nachos.
Tyler Catan and
is he spicy?
Midfielder.
Is he spicy?
I don't know.
I mean, hell,
Dren
If
DeBrona.
it's not spicy, I don't like it. He has to be spicy.
I would draft him.
Dren DeBrona, one of the top left backs, only 19, one of the younger players in this draft. Dren DeBrona, Abdel Talabi, but we already gave Colorado a left back. Abdel Talabi is a center back for Bryant.
Guys.
Go back to the first round, guys. All right.
Yeah.
Big South striker of the year. Midfielder of the year in the CAA conference. Najike is a left winger on Maryland. They got to the Elite Eight. Noah James took San Diego to the tournament. Has the size you want. Diego Hernandez doesn't have the size, but he doesn't have the heart. He's basically best way to describe him is he's basically Shane Falco with a soccer ball. That's basically the best. And he got Furman in the Final Four. Furman never made the Final Four in college soccer, even though they've had the same head coach for 31 years. And now that coach is going to retire.
Well, Shane Falco wasn't a small guy.
You know, and I mean.
Yeah, that's true.
Shane Falco at heart, you know.
5'9", 150. And Diego's got Falco's heart, just doesn't have his size.
But, you know, shit, what's his name? Keanu Reeves. He Baltimore Ravens invited him to camp in 2000. I mean, he would have been part of that Super Bowl team if he would have
I remember that. Reeves was a football. He was a quarterback once upon a time.
Yeah.
And so it was like, hey, Keanu.
Yeah, you've got 30 seconds to make your pick, William. Just FYI. Or auto draft will give you Lugo. You can still go through your options, but let you know.
Oh, yeah, Lugo. Give me Lugo, man.
Lugo, Falco, who, you know, is strange with those.
Yeah, Lugo, what the heck is going on? So Lugo, okay, I'm not going to complain. Auto draft gave me Laurie Goddard. That's the best player on the board. I'm not really going to complain that my pick got skipped. It happened to Joey. Now it's happened to me. So we're even as far as the draft's concerned. And Goddard was the best player in the draft. So I'm not really going to complain.
We got you talking about other things. Too bad.
Yeah. And it's like Diego Hernandez is like, I have Goddard slightly ahead of Diego Hernandez, but Diego's still there. I'm guessing Joey wants Nacho, though.
Nacho.
Is he spicy?
Nacho striker, man.
Nacho Abil, or do you want someone else?
Is he spicy? That's the question. That'll determine my pick. Is he spicy?
Let's see. He is his home country is his name is he's from Spain. So I would say yes. He's from Spain.
All right, I'll take him. But you know, it's not quite South Africa where the Camel Kings rule the spices, but it's close enough. So yeah, we'll go there.
Nacho Abil is the pick, and William's got his last pick for Vancouver, and then I've got a pick for Miami.
All right. Let's see who's up.
You are up, William. Yes. Najike is the top player on the board at left winger.
Noah James.
You want Noah James?
Name. Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I've been looking.
And I took Diego Hernandez. The Furman guy had to go in round 1. I wanted to give Miami a left back, but I'm not going to complain that the computer, because I clicked on the thing so fast. Do you guys want to do round 2? If you don't, I'm going to simulate up until the part where some of the teams in round 1 that didn't pick make selections to speed this up.
Simulate. Please simulate.
Okay.
I've got to
DC United's going to get Najike. Atlanta's going to get Mikey Johnson. Real Salt Lake is going to get Kyle Durham because auto draft. Sporting Kansas City, they're going to get the guy from Elon. And my team, the LA Galaxy, they're up here. So I am going to be picking here. And I'm going to go with Tim Strele from St. Peter's because he's a striker who had double-digit goals. Strele is my pick for the Galaxy. Toronto, they did not pick in round 1. They need help everywhere outside of goalie. They hit on their second-round pick, Luka Gavrin, at goalie, but they traded Tyrese Spicer, their number 1 pick. They need help everywhere. I'm going to go Kelly. And basically, we'll go back to auto draft. I'm not going to be. Houston Dynamo didn't draft in round 1. The best player on the board is Dorian Drux. It's time for another goalie to come off the board. And basically, we're only auto drafting for the team. We're only picking for the teams that didn't pick in round 1.
Fair enough.
Montreal, they have the
my pounds at 30%, so that's a good thing.
Abdel Talabi. You want Talabi? It's Montreal. I really don't give a crap. We'll go with We'll go with the midfielder Charles Emile Brunet, or Jefferson Amaya. Is there anybody? Because
there's good talk. Good talk.
I'm gonna go Emile Brunet.
Spicer.
Austin FC.
Nice
Fire. Auto draft. Columbus Crew. Jimmy Haslam's team. Joey, you were in charge of this pick because it's Jimmy Haslam's team. Columbus traded their first round pick away. They do have this pick. What do we do? What are we doing with Haslam's squad here?
Conversation again.
So I don't know if I've ever done this before, but I gotta give Haslam the benefit of the doubt here because he actually saved the franchise.
Yes, he did. And Vancouver is building a new stadium. So they're not relocating. I know we had the conversation last week of whether they were going to relocate. They're not relocating. They are getting a new stadium. So, I got to give Haslam credit
Good on them
for saving that franchise.
As many jerseys you sell for as many quarterbacks you pump through there, and as many Deshaun Watson you go out there and get.
Well, the top two
more
defenders
money you have in your pocket to do
UMass,
more of those things.
Columbus, Leandro Hazler. He is from Lindenwood. He led Lindenwood to an Ohio Valley Conference title this season.
Well,
you like either of those two?
I'm going to say this because.
Oh, was I picking a fight?
Shedeur Sanders was number 1 in jersey sales for much of the season. Now he's number 5. But at the same time, Deshaun Watson was pretty high on that list because Cleveland fans wanted to burn his jersey. And then when they got frustrated again, they bought another one so they could burn a second one.
Yeah.
So he's got money.
I could never. Oh man.
Yeah, he's got money. He's got enough money. He's going to get the next Ohio guy to get more jersey sales, and he's going to make more money.
Yep.
trade.
So Lindenwood, Leonardo Hazler's the pick. Very good selection. Oh, Nashville traded their first round.
What the hell's going on?
What the hell?
Nashville traded their first round pick away to Orlando. Do you want to make a second round pick, William, or should I just pick the best player on the board for Nashville? They don't really have any major needs.
I love best player on the board.
Highfield it is then.
It creates competition. Yeah.
And Sounders, they're another team that can go best player on the board. Could go Aiden Kelly, UMass, 6'1", 205, great size. Tag Healy's been big for NC State in the College Cup. Jefferson Amaya is a player Florian told me about for a while. Florian told me about Amaya during his freshman season. And he was the Big South midfielder of the year this season. I don't know why that says High Point. I'm going to have to fix that on the simulator, so we're not going to pick Amaya for that reason, because I fucked that up. I didn't think I fucked anything up, but I fucked that up.
Chris drops his first F-bomb. Oh, God. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm very hard on myself when I screw
all
up.
of those you just heard was only one.
Woo! It's all fucked up! Fuck it! It's all fucked!
Jack Roman, Casper Svensby, FC Cincinnati took Jack Roman of Akron. Cincinnati needs a right back, though, but, Mamadou Diarra from Florida Atlantic's pretty good. Jalen Yearwood talked about constantly improving, constantly getting better. Those are things you love to hear from players. So,
Yes, very much, man.
Yearwood. Yeah, I'm typing in High Point right now on the site, so that when you next load the simulator, you will see Jefferson Amaya High Point, not any of this other stuff, not NC State. But yeah, that's the first two rounds. We're not going to do round 3, but yeah, thank you guys so much for and I am going to reload this one more time to make sure Amaya's High Point. Make sure that revision has taken effect. We're not going to do the simulator again. This does not count. I'm just double checking to see if the revision has been correctly modified. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing here. Yep. Okay, so it says High Point. Perfect. Just wanted to confirm that, because that was the only screw up I had on the simulator. I didn't even realize I screwed that up. But yeah, how did that go? And for everyone who wants to know, I do have a WNBA simulator I started working on. I've got the first 4 picks for that up. And the NFL simulator, I just have to replace the college players with the NFL players. But I am giving Joey and William more input on this. So whenever a draft site like NFL Draft Buzz or not NFL Draft Buzz or NFL Mock Draft Database or any draft site denies Joey a small school player, that will no longer happen under my regime here.
Yeah.
That will no longer happen, because if I've got a simulator I'm creating and there's a small school player Joey likes, I now have a moral obligation to put him in the simulator.
I remember that happened last time.
And I forget his name, but you guys remember there's a safety on Toledo that's way far down that should probably be in the first or second round. So just remember it.
A safety from
great nugget, Joey, because I'm going to start working on the safety rankings later today. So that is a great nugget.
It's three names. It's like there's a hyphen. It's like he's a really good safety. Because he has 3 names, I cannot remember it, but it's 3 names. Last name's a hyphen name. Safety, Toledo, big time player. Gotta look at him.
Good point.
Sir.
Yeah. I'll stop screen sharing that, and then I'll go into Draft Utopia. Quickly scroll through some of the picks in the mock draft. I'm not going to read through all of them. We just took a lot of time talking about the players in the simulator, but I'll quickly scroll through the final mock Not going to read the picks again. This is going to go so fast that we're going to probably be on the NFL by 12:10. So if this goes too fast, okay, now I've got another error I've got to fix. Jeez, what the hell is wrong with me? I thought I fixed all this shit. Okay, I forgot to get rid of the Ransford Yin. But I have Dioff to DC at this moment, at this time. But Yin could go number
Chris.
one, but they've narrowed it down to those two DC United. That's all I'm gonna say. College showcase. But yeah,
Just
Junior.
time, man.
I'm just making sure people can see all the picks. I'm not going to go in depth with the picks. I'm just making sure people see all the visuals. Amaro. We're going to get to the NFL very shortly, by the way. We're going to get to, and the first game this week is the first game Falcon. First game is the Browns Bears. But let's recap Falcons Buccaneers while I'm loading the picks for the audience. Let's recap
that safety from Toledo from Joey.
Who is it? I'm going to look it up right now.
Yeah, look it up right now. Had a hyphenated name.
I tried, guys. Like, remember, I'm the guy that has a girlfriend. I couldn't remember her name for 3 months and called her every pet name in the book.
Dude, no. If it's a girl I like, I can never remember her name, like ever.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is like the girl I like, and it's like, what's your name, honey? I only call her name when her friends are around, saying her name. Okay, it's not my proudest moment. I swear, it's not my proudest moment. But you gotta go with it.
Bitch.
Yep. And then the Buccaneers committed 19 penalties against the Buccaneers, and they still won. 19. That's like a record for penalties in a game. It's just bad, like brutally bad.
Okay. Well, here's the thing about the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are a lot like the Packers under Brett Favre, because Baker Mayfield reminds me right now of Brett Favre. Well, Brett Favre was when Brett Favre only had 2 years out of his career where he was 100% amazing. And those were amazing seasons. Otherwise,
I would argue amazing seasons, Joey. He had the 2 seasons he took the Packers to the Super Bowl, and he won the MVP over Aikman the year they lost the NFC Championship to Dallas. He did win MVP the year they lost the NFC title to Dallas in Favre's defense. So I would argue he had 3 amazing seasons, but I agree that was his peak.
I was going to say, you're not that old. It's like, come on, man. I want all that, but the big thing was, what I'm getting at is when it comes to guys like Baker and Brett Favre, you're going to have amazing highs, you're going to have horrific lows, because I watched some pretty cringeworthy games from Brett Favre. But when he is at his best, I never saw anything better. And his best season by far, I don't even know if he or Aaron McNair won the MVP that year. I think Favre won it, but it was, and this was a thing of beauty by both the NFL and the networks, because they made sure Favre was on 1 hour, and the next game was McNair. They would mix them up, they do whatever, because that was the most brilliant quarterback duel in the history of football. But there are only 2 or 3 seasons where Favre was actually amazing. The rest of the time, he had amazing numbers, but he didn't play amazing. And I think that's the thing you're getting from Baker Mayfield right now.
What the hell was that?
All right, I just pulled up.
That was what you call a motorcycle.
I pulled up the Toledo lineup. There's two safeties. There's Emmanuel McNeil Warren at strong safety and Jaden Dotton at free safety.
McNeil Warren is what I was thinking of.
All right.
McNeil Warren.
They just wanted clarification on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I for the life of me, I couldn't remember his game name. But he comes out, he's going to be a day 2 pick.
I
think he's a senior this year.
McNeil Warren?
I think both the Toledo safeties are seniors, by the way.
McNeil Warren?
McNeil Warren.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, Fowler's NHL debut was amazing. He had Jacob Fowler, the Montreal goalie. I hyped him up about as much as Joey hyped up Baker or Shadur. We don't really talk about hockey guys after they get drafted because I know it's not as popular as football. But I went to his because Fowler was a guy at a first-round grade on it, goalie. He fell to the third round, gets called up only 2 years into his career. Most goalies that get rushed up that early, it's a disaster for them. But he went 33 of 35 against the Pittsburgh Penguins on the road. And the Penguins are currently one of the last two playoffs teams at the moment. So
nice.
That's a very good debut for a rookie goalie. That's a very good debut, 33 for 35.
We usually don't talk about hockey guys after they're drafted because they lose relevance about as quickly as NHL coaches. You know, there are some that hold on and create waves. But then a lot of them are just go by the wayside as fast as coaches do, which is way too fast for my liking.
McDavid's been great. Wyatt Johnston's been great. I could keep naming guys in hockey that have been great. But there have been some duds. I think part of it is we prioritize football over all of the other sports at this time of the year. I think that's part of the equation. The other part of the equation is the only times I talk about hockey on the podcast are season previews, trade deadline, and the Stanley Cup playoffs and the draft. I think that's the other component here that's at play.
And because I'm an old fuck that continually follows football and just does what he has to do to remain relevant through everything else.
Yeah, that's part of it, but not all of it. But yeah, Fowler did have a great debut. I mean, I was impressed. I thought he was going to struggle because Jesper Wallstedt, in his NHL debut against Dallas, he gave up 7 goals. He's been much better this year. 2 NHL trades took place, and then I promise I will load the predictions page. The first trade happened between the Penguins and the Oilers. The Penguins, they traded their 2-time All-Star goalie Tristan Jarry, who gave up 4 goals to Montreal, to the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers have traded Stuart Skinner. Stuart Skinner is now a member of the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins acquire Stuart Skinner and a second-round pick for Tristan Jarry, and Samuel Poulin, a 2019 first-round pick on the Penguins. That was a bust. So that was the first trade. The second trade involved the Minnesota Wild getting Quinn Hughes, superstar defenseman, top 3 defenseman in the NHL. Quinn Hughes is now a member of the Minnesota Wild, but the Wild paid a hefty price to get Quinn Hughes. They gave up Marco Rossi, their best center. They gave up Zeev Buium, a 2024 first-round pick. Liam Ogren, a 2022 first-round pick. They drafted Marco Rossi in the first round of the 2020 draft, and they also gave up a 2026 first-round pick. So 3 players they drafted in round 1, plus a first-round pick to get Quinn Hughes. And Marco Rossi was their best center, by the way. So I would not have made that trade. I think that's too much to give up for Quinn Hughes, but
yeah.
You can't turn that down if you're Vancouver, if you know Quinn Hughes is not re-signing with Vancouver. You can't turn down a haul like that. First-round center, first-round defenseman, first-round left winger, and a first-round pick in this year's draft. You can't turn down a haul that good.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot to get that. And, yeah, standing on the other
That's
side
why
of
I
it.
had to
You
bring up
can't-
the Quinn Hughes trade, because when people talk about the top 3 defensemen in the NHL,
Yeah.
I hear Cale Makar of Colorado, I hear Quinn Hughes of Vancouver, I hear Miro Heiskanen of Dallas. Those are the big 3 that I've been hearing as of late, William and Joey. So it's like, oh, Hughes gets traded. Yeah, that's a huge trade. That's probably the biggest move of the that's probably going to be the biggest trade of the NHL cycle this year, the trade cycle. And the deadline's not till March. But yeah, had to bring up those trades. We'll get to week 15 now. You guys have been patient. I appreciate you guys. So we'll get to week 15. My rant about hockey's over. All my non-rants are done for the day.
That's good because my battery is about to die, and I really want to get to the Bears.
So, and luckily for you, Joe, the good news is Caleb Williams. That's who Tracy voted on a few weeks ago. The game we're going to discuss is the Browns Bears. Sorry. Tony Mario keeps his 3rd place lead over me because he picked the Falcons. He's a Buccaneers fan. He picked the Falcons to win. And
It was that reverse psychology, and it just happened to work out for him.
yeah, it's like Joey is the biggest Browns optimist. He's an optimist to a fault, but he's an optimist, whereas Tony's kind of a pessimist with his Buccaneers. He's a good dude, but he does not have a lot of confidence in the Buccaneers. He doesn't have confidence in their coach, Vance Joseph. He doesn't have confidence in their GM, Jason Litt. But I'd argue he's a top 15 GM, maybe not a top 10 GM, but a top 15 one. He's been very consistent over the years. So he took Mike Evans over Johnny Manziel in his first draft. He's still with the Buccaneers over a decade later.
Yeah,
so,
but Mike Evans, I mean, it wasn't like he was so much of a boom or a bust, you know.
But that Texas A&M team was stacked. They had Jake Matthews, Johnny Manziel, and Mike Evans.
Well,
so
at
the time,
but you can see that Mike Evans was going to be something in the league regardless.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. Evans and Matthews were special.
Pretty obvious.
Manziel was basically the guy who was lucky enough to play with those two.
Yeah, he didn't study the playbook. He didn't know.
All right, we'll get the Browns Bears. Joey's phone is going to turn into a time bomb if we don't get the Browns Bears. But yes, West did take over the number 1 spot in the country. So Draft Utopia, for the 5th time in 6 years, we've got the number 1 pick'em analyst in the country. I won it twice. West won it twice. Lisa had the 1 year where she was first in the country. So for the 5th time in 6 years, we're back on top. And Kerm was 3rd last year, only a game out of 1st place. So nice. I think it's safe to say we've had the best pick'em analyst this decade. If assuming West holds on to his lead.
I was just coming along for the ride, man. And
yeah, and you've picked a lot of good upsets.
I'm going to be prepared next year, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's like, because you want to keep this streak alive. It's a fun streak to keep alive. But yeah, it's like, yes, and Joey, you need the Browns to win, because if the Browns, right now, William tried Tracy for 7th, so you're 4 games back. You're the only one who picked the Browns, so you need the Browns to win. I don't know if they're going to win, and I think part of it's the fact that Ozzie Trapillo has kicked ass at left tackle the last 2 weeks. Both his running backs got 100 yards against the Eagles, and he kept Micah Parsons from sacking Caleb Williams in his 2nd start. So Ozzie Trapillo has been fantastic the last 2 weeks. I know Myles Garrett has made mincemeat out of rookie left tackles. Just ask Will Campbell, who's currently on IR. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like the Bears are going to win. But Caleb outdueled Shadur in college. I think the same thing's going to happen. I've got the Bears winning 28-10 over the Browns. But you're not the only individual who took the Browns, Joey. Daniel Keyser, he's a Packers fan. He took the Browns out of spite for the Bears. Daniel's a Packers fan like Lisa was. He took the Browns out of spite for the Bears. Lisa's never made a prediction out of spite, but I love it. I love the fact that we've got people on our team, William, that are making predictions out of spite. I freaking love it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, for sure.
When you pick against the Cowboys or Chiefs, do you ever pick them out of spite? I'm just curious.
Oh well,
No
never out
judgment.
of spite. I would.
We're like Planet
I would
Fitness. This is
never
a
do
judgment-free
such a thing.
podcast.
I would never do such a thing out of spite. I mean,
I love it. All right. But yeah,
It-
Joey, what do you want to say
until it
about the
suits
Browns
my
Bears game?
Joey.
Okay, Joey's here. His mic's turned off. But what do you want to say about the Browns Bears game?
Are you here?
We're here, Joey.
Because my mic is on. So here's the thing.
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, we can hear you right now. So,
Okay. Well, here's the thing. The Bears have an average defense. But the thing is, they are the best team in the NFL by far at poking at the ball and getting fumbles. They lead the NFL by far in turnovers because of their ability to get fumbles.
That's true. They have big on turnovers. I think part of the reason they're average is they had so many
Bears
injuries
have been that way
secondary
since
at the beginning of the season. Now the secondary is healthy.
since
They've
Peanut
got
Tillman
Jalen
was
Johnson
here,
back.
man.
They've got Tyler Moore back. They've got Robinson back. So the secondary
that might matter later on, but in this game, you have to look at the weather. It's going to be in the 20s. The wind chill is going to be in the negative 20s. Okay, the wind speed is going to be 20 miles an hour based on last projections. Anything in the defensive backfield, the Bears. It's going to make a little difference. If he can keep hold of the ball.
Linebackers. If the Browns can have success running the ball, they'll win.
Well, yeah,
that's
keep
the
it on the
thing.
ground
That's
with
right
Judkins
there.
and keep it underneath with Fannin. Keep it underneath with Fannin because you'll be in a lot of double tight end sets with
and
Njoku.
for everyone
because
wondering who's officiating this game, and the Bears have not won a game under Ron Corbett since 2014.
Good morning, ladies.
That is why I'm less confident in this game compared to most games.
Ron Corbett, unless he gives a key to Bears on the field, that's going to make very little difference because it's going to be cold. The quarterbacks are going to have minimal influence except for in the passing it short to the tight ends and for running backs. They might make a few passes deep, but it's 50-50 on either anybody's going to catch them. The only reason they're doing it is because they want to keep the defense honest. And when I say 50-50 on anybody, I mean defense or offense. Because when it gets that cold, that football turns into a freaking brick. And your hands get so sensitive, it hits, and they're unresponsive or slowly responsive. So you're looking at a situation where who wins in the rushing game? Right now, we know Shedeur Sanders has come off a record-breaking passing game. Well, that's not going to matter in this game. Okay? But he has shown the ability to run. Caleb Williams has shown the ability to run. The Bears rushing game has shown the ability to run. The Bears quarterback, Caleb Williams, has shown the ability to run. So who's going to win? Whoever stops the damn run. And if you have, and Mo Hurst just re-signed with the Browns. So to sure up
because I
that run defense.
Did Collins go on IR?
This sounds like
he got injured against the Niners, I believe.
This sounds like Shedeur Sanders is the first AFC North quarterback in the last 15 years to throw over 300 yards while wearing 10 advisors sunglasses on a day where the opposing's mascot's birthday fell on Saturday.
in the Super Bowl
In
era,
a game where 3 different players wore
according to
towels.
CBS Sports, in the
That's
Super
exactly
Bowl
what that
era,
sounds like, man. That's exactly what that sounds like.
that might be what it sounds like, but in the Super Bowl era, 2 quarterbacks have thrown for 350 yards in his rookie year, 3 touchdowns, and run for a touchdown. Those 2 players, Joe Burrow, Shedeur Sanders. And Shedeur Sanders is the only player to do it in Browns history since 1950. And that was before the. So, I mean, take it as you will. Take it
What's
as you will.
interesting is there have been 2 laughably bad takes on social media with Shedeur Sanders. One of them involved Shiloh Sanders. He was basically joking about Shedeur wearing a thong during the Titans game, which I don't really care what players wear. It's like, who cares?
Hey, if he looks good while he does it, I mean, who cares if it's a thong or if it's Teddy Whitey's, okay? You know, if he can sit there and pose and look good when he's playing well. Now, if he's not playing well and you wear a thong, okay, now we might have some, you know, you don't have any right to pose or make things happen. But when you're playing well, you got a thong going on, you can rock it.
This is another one. Like, Shedeur Sanders is the only quarterback to complete a pass or more of 40 yards on November 11th against a team whose state flag features.
Shedeur Sanders is the only quarterback
wearing a snakeskin jacket with 2 different shades of purple. Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders is the only in NFL history to throw for 350 yards, was wearing a fur coat, had 6 chains, and was wearing a fucking thong. Yeah, it's like, I'm kind of backing you up here. I'm kind of backing you up.
2025, I don't care who wears what thong where, as long as no kids are involved.
Yeah, I'm kind of backing you up.
It's interesting because Daniel Kelly pointed out how Shedeur Sanders, playmakers, he had 288 yards after the catch, only 88 air yards or something. Some ridiculous stat. That's what Daniel Kelly, Williams' old boss, pointed out. Only 88 air yards, and then other plays are yards after the catch. That's not on Shedeur. That's on the playmakers. That's the argument he tried to make.
That's on Harold Fannin.
Okay, who here is gonna, take a crap on Harold Fannin? Not me. I mean, Harold Fannin is.
Gonna take.
We all love Harold Fannin. Yeah, we all love Fannin. I mean,
what of Shedeur's
what are we gonna get
more harder than I am decided to say Shedeur? Yeah, he had 300 yards, but a lot of that was yards after the catch. A lot of that was not Shedeur. It was his weapons around him. It was Judy. It was Fannin. It was Njoku before he got injured. It was, it just feels like excuse making after excuse making to justify your thought process. If you do, like, Shedeur. I'm not as high on Shedeur as Joey, but I'm also not going to sit here and deny his talent either. I think he has Pro Bowl potential, but at the same time, I also think
he has talent. He has a beautiful arm. But oh my God, dude, that helicopter of a father that he had. I mean, he comes out and then all of a sudden he thinks that he doesn't have to go to court, over speeding tickets, and then then he gets freaking arrested over it, and because he gets warned, and it's like, dude, I mean, you can't be doing that. It doesn't matter what the fuck your name is, I mean, but the way that his father raised him, he man, it's crazy. This kid has talent. He has a beautiful
personality standpoint. This is going to sound really corny, but you know who Shedeur reminds me of from a personality standpoint? William.
Who?
Osmosis Jones. That's who Shedeur reminds me of. But once he grows up, he's going to blossom, just like Osmosis Jones did.
He can. He absolutely can. And I've argued this fact going back. And it's like, I mean, he absolutely can. he has all the talent. He has that arm. It's beautiful, beautiful arm.
Yep.
You know, it's just everything that's going on in his
Yeah.
head. You know, he just needs to get it right up
Let's get to the
out of
next
there and let's
AFC
go.
North game. It's the Ravens and the
I'm
Bengals.
not going to drop my second F-bomb of the day or third or fourth or whatever.
You can finish up what you want to say about Shadur, but I am pulling up the second game because I feel like we've spent too much time on this game, even though it is the game of the week.
All right. It's game of the week because everyone's like,
no, it's game of the week because Caleb Williams won the poll question. That's why Bears Browns is the game of the week. So this is the second week in a row where the Browns have been involved in the game of the week. Because we sort of do like poll questions to decide who should win game of the week. So for week 16, I'm probably going to go Jonathan Taylor. And then for week 17, we're probably going to go Lamar Jackson if the Ravens beat the Patriots. Because it's like, we were originally going to put Lamar on for week 16, but that game got flexed to Sunday Night Football. So I don't know what we're going to do with week 16. I haven't even set up the web page yet because I'm focused on the MLS draft content, getting the draft results updated, getting all that stuff updated for next week. And then I'm probably going to start setting up week 16 later tonight. But yeah, Ravens, Bengals. I like the Ravens in this one. I know the Bengals beat the Ravens on Thanksgiving. I don't think it was a fluke win either, but I just think the Ravens are a better team. I've got the Ravens winning a nail-biter 27-24. What stands out here is both Kerm and Tony Mario are picking the Bengals in an upset. And with West leading Kerm by 6 games, leading Tony Mario by 8 games, if they want first place, they kind of have to pick some upsets at this point in the season. I'm taking the Ravens because I just think they're the better team. I'm playing it safe. But hey, that backfired in the Buccaneers-Falcons game, and Tony ended up keeping his third place lead over me. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sitting here making sure all my picks end up right.
Yeah, you picked the Ravens. The Cardinals play the Texans. Everybody took the Texans. Paris Johnson Jr. is out. Marvin Harrison is out. Like
Texans, their defense.
Texans are going to win. I'm actually worried that Jacoby Brissett might die. Without his left tackle, Paris Johnson Jr., this Texans defense might come out so vicious that Jacoby Brissett might get injured or possibly die.
Is damn good.
I hope he's okay after the game, but it's like the Texans defense is really good. Will Anderson, Daniel Hunter, the secondary has been amazing. I'm going 31-13. This is the first lock of the week. Not the only lock. Brady Cook is starting against the Jaguars. If you want to see a quarterback make Daniel Jones look like Jesus, this is the game to go to, Joey, because Brady Cook is starting against the Jaguars. He is going to make Daniel Jones look like
I want to see this because of what Woody Johnson did with Justin Fields. I mean, completely.
Justin Fields is injured, and so is Tyrod Taylor. So Brady Cook is going to get his
he already destroyed the whole thing like early in the season with all the little bullshit.
Yeah, but Brady Cook, I'm curious to see what Brady Cook does in his first NFL start. The Jags are favored by 13.5.
I'm actually starting him in one league. That's my rescue league. I'm actually starting him in my rescue league.
You're starting Brady Cook in your rescue league.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
28-14 Jaguars. Everybody took the Jaguars. So the Jags are the second lock of the week along with the Texans. There's only 4 locks this week. Next one is Chargers Chiefs. Both these teams are extremely depleted on the offensive line. But the interesting thing here is more people are picking the Chargers than the Chiefs because the Chiefs have burned people about as many times as the Browns have burned people in predictions. That's part of it. The other part of it is the Chiefs have 3 injuries on the offensive line. No Trey Smith, no Jawan Taylor, no Josh Simmons. The Chargers don't have Slater at all. Ipkins got injured against the Eagles on Monday night too. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, fuck the Chiefs. So
that's fair enough. I mean, the Chiefs fucked that division for a decade. Now it's someone else's turn.
Yeah.
But I think the Chiefs
It
will
is.
rebound next year. They'll have an easier strength of schedule. I don't
Herbert
think
is a
I
very
don't think the
underrated
Chiefs will be a
quarterback.
Super Bowl team, but I think they'll play the Bills in next year's AFC title, and they'll lose the Bills next year. And they'll get a good draft pick.
Herbert is a very underrated
He
quarterback.
is. I think Herbert's going to win a Super Bowl in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Not this year or next year, but the
He has
year
that
after. He might get his
capability.
first playoff game, jumpstart his confidence, though.
Yeah. He has the capability, and that's for damn sure. So
And the only people who took the Chiefs were Wes, Tony Mario, and myself.
Harbaugh knows how to play the game too.
Everyone else took the Chargers. That's the thing.
Yeah.
The next game is Bills Patriots.
All the true ones.
This was a split decision game. Majority did take the Bills, but this was a split decision game. I think majority actually took the Patriots. Let me double check, but it was a 5-4 split decision.
Okay, so I have to start either Drake May or Josh Allen in one fantasy league, and I picked the Patriots to win here. So I really can't go against that, can I?
Yeah.
I can't be a hypocrite.
No,
so
you can't be a hypocrite, so you got to start May.
Okay.
I've got the Bills winning 28-23, but I think this game's going to be close. The last time the Bills beat us in New England, Matt Patricia was our offensive coordinator the last time the Patriots lost the Bills in New England. Matt Patricia was our offensive coordinator. Yeah, that actually
whoever has the ball last.
I agree. Whoever has the ball last is going to win. But Orton, Tony, Kerm, Tracy, William, it's like Kerm and Tony are trying to catch West. That's why they're picking the upsets this week. You're down 6 to 8 games. You're trying to cut the gap between them and West because West leads Andrew by 6, Tony by 8 games. So if you don't try to cut that gap this week, when's your next opportunity to cut that gap going to be? So I think that's part of it. But yeah, it's Joey, Wes, Daniel Keyser, and I all took the Bills. But Patriots 5-4 in a split decision.
Right.
Still here on TalkShoe, still here on Restream. Commanders, Giants, I don't really care about this game. Both teams are depleted with injuries. I took the Giants, but yes, this is a game I'm going to spend very little time acknowledging.
This
not a lock.
Fun if Jaden Daniels were healthy and Cam Scatterbo and Jackson Dart and all of them were healthy. This would have been an awesome game. And
but both teams injuries, both teams mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
Sucks, man.
Orrin and Tracy took the Commanders. Everyone else has the Giants winning.
Yeah. It's still a rivalry game. So
the Raiders are playing the Eagles. Kenny Pickett is going to start in relief of Geno Smith. Honestly, I think it'd be hilarious if Kenny Pickett went into Philadelphia and beat the Eagles. That would be absolutely hilarious to see Kenny Pickett
it might happen.
beat the Eagles. I don't think it's going to happen, but I do have the Raiders covering the spread.
Okay, I'm not coming up with anything. This is just off the ball. I'm not coming up with any other thing.
Eagles are favored by 11.5 versus.
Let me say that I will call Kenny Pickett going in here and beating the Eagles.
You did pick the Eagles. This is our third lock. Do you want to change that to the Raiders?
Yes, I do.
All right, fair enough. I will change that for you right now, buddy. So this game, so now we will only have 3 locks on the site because Williams taking the Raiders to win. I thought long and hard about picking the Raiders to win straight up. I couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. I think they cover though. The spread is 11.5. The point spread for this game is 11.5 for the Eagles. The Eagles are not going to beat the Raiders by 12 or more points.
Yeah, they'll cover for sure, I think.
The Raiders are going to cover. This is the easiest money you'll make this week.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the Raiders, they might upset the Eagles because Kenny Pickett played with a lot of fire against Smith left that game injured. Yeah, they lost.
Yeah, and they have a lot of weapons there. I mean, Brock Bowers. I mean, even Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer is a good tight end. He is a smart tight end. He might not be.
Was on the bench when the Eagles beat the Steelers last year. So
Yeah.
I think Pickett's learned from that. Now he wants to beat a former team as a starter instead of beating a
Him
former
and his
team
tiny
back.
hands. Yeah, this will be the revenge game of the week.
I kind of agree. There's temptation to switch it to the Raiders, but I'm not bold enough to pick them. But I think they're going to cover easily. It's Eagles have to win by 12.
I just feel it's
cover
the right thing to do. It came up, and I wasn't picking any others right offhand that I could think of. And yeah, no, I like that.
All right. Packers Broncos. You can see the under the bleachers promo here. We do put promos before each of our games, so that's pretty cool. You're welcome, William. Packers Broncos. I think the Packers, they're either going to play one of three teams in the Super Bowl: the Broncos, the Ravens, or the Patriots. If they play the Ravens, they lose in the Super Bowl. If they play the Broncos, they win. If they play the Patriots, it could go either fucking way. Yep, I think that's my second F-bomb of the show. I'm not keeping score. But yeah.
Yeah.
The Packers are favored by 2.5. The big surprise is only one person on the site picked the Packers. That's Daniel Keysar, a Packers fan. Everyone else took the Broncos.
Yeah.
And the Packers, in their defense, their receivers are all fully healthy. Jaden Reed's healthy. Christian Watson's healthy. Matthew Golden's healthy, but he's the number 4 receiver. You got Dobbs, and you got Jaden Reed, and you got Christian Watson. So the Packers, they can play a 4 wide receiver set now with all 4 of those weapons healthy. They could bring different looks. The problem is Denver's the one team in the NFL that has not just good starters, but good depth players everywhere on defense.
No
and the
fly zone
altitude
all
in
over
Denver is a
again.
motherfucker. The altitude in Denver is something else.
Yeah. Agreed.
So,
I'm higher.
21-20 Broncos, one nail biter. The Lions play the Rams. This is my upset. I know Terrion Arnold is injured. I also know Brian Branch is injured, and Kirby Joseph's injured too. I like the Lions. I don't trust the Rams secondary. I think Stafford, he's going to have another bad game. But I don't think Stafford's going to have a bad game. I just think the Lions are going to luck out. And I'm going 34-28 Lions over the Rams. Will and I pick the Lions,
it's
the
you
rest
and
of the staff
me
has the Rams.
out on a limb.
You want to say anything about the Rams, Joey, if you're still on the call? Because this is actually, outside of Browns Bears, I would argue this might be the best game of the week.
Yeah. Well, Joey's not here, so.
All right.
But the Lions are.
I don't know. I'll check my texts really quickly here.
The Lions are trying to prove that they're not as bad as they've looked.
The Panthers play the Saints. Joey picked the Saints to sweep the Panthers. Baker Mayfield needs the Saints to sweep the Panthers. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Bryce Young's going to win this game. And here's the thing, William. If Bryce Young beats Tampa Bay in Carolina next week, Bryce Young wins the division, even if the Bucs go 9-8 and the Panthers lose out in weeks 17 and 18. If the Panthers win these next 2 games, they win the division. Bryce Young gets a home playoff game.
Chris, this division with these rivalries, the Panthers, Saints, Bucs, Saints, a whole 9 yards, you have to factor that into the whole equation. And any given Sunday, any one of these teams can stomp the other.
I think the Panthers are pissed off that they lost to Saints in front of their home crowd. I think they take their rage out on New Orleans.
They probably split freaking 1-1.
Yeah. And the Panthers, now that they know they're in the driver's seat to win the division, I think they're going to try their best to take advantage of that. I don't know if they'll beat Tampa Bay next week. I'm not confident enough to pick them to beat Tampa yet, but now that they know they're in the driver's seat to capture the South, I think that's going to give the Panthers a little bit of confidence. So I say they hold on.
I like Tampa Bay in that game next week.
I like Tampa Bay as well, but I would not be surprised if the Panthers won.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you have to factor that in there. It can happen.
Yep.
Very easily. And this is one of those. This is like the AFC West, man.
Next
like
games,
the AFC West.
Next week, they're division champions. That's the only I think the Bucks are going to win next week too, but I'm just saying. If
It's like the AFC West, man.
Bowl,
It doesn't matter so much on the records of the team. It's rivalry.
I agree.
Either one of them can win, man. This one of those divisions.
Yeah.
Very underrated
playoff game. I think it'd be so funny if the Panthers, because the Panthers, they control their own destiny right now. But that changes if the Bucks beat them in Week 16. Then the Bucks are back, and the Colts play the Seahawks. It's Riley Leonard versus There is a chance Rivers could start, but I like the Seahawks. Most of us took the Seahawks. I think
they need to be investigated for elder abuse. Just saying.
One person took the Colts, and it's Kerm. Kerm took the Colts to upset Seattle.
Well, I mean,
marbles. That takes guts. I'm not going to say that takes balls of steel. I don't think that's an appropriate thing to say, but
I didn't know that Rivers
to take the Colts to upset the Seahawks in Seattle with Riley Leonard. That takes a lot of.
When I made this pick, I didn't know that Philip Rivers might actually be starting.
If Rivers is going to be interesting, you want me to change the pick to the Colts. I don't know if he will or not. They haven't announced who's starting yet.
Yeah. That's one thing, too.
And the spread is 13.5 for Seattle. So, literally.
Give me the Colts, man.
It's happening. Fox Sports has reported that Rivers is starting.
I just said, give me the Colts before you said that. Right before you said that, I said, give me the Colts.
All right. This is the second time Williams changing his pick this week. But yes, the Colts are starting.
Rivers is starting? Okay,
Rivers is officially starting. Fox Sports reported it 4 minutes ago.
So, just saying.
I wish Joey was still here so he could comment about Rivers starting. But, yeah. His phone died, I think.
Yeah.
So. I appreciate his contributions, though. So that brings us to our third and final, the 49ers. Nobody was stupid enough to pick the Titans. We'd have to start drug testing our employees if anyone took the Titans. And when I say drug testing, I mean we'd have to start
straight, bro.
Damn drug tests like the NFL if anyone took the Titans. I'm kidding, of course. William actually really likes this idea. He thinks we should drug test anyone who takes the Titans, but in all seriousness, nobody took the Titans.
Oh, you mean we don't get to test out drugs?
No, we drug test we drug test the staff members who took the Titans. We conduct random
I changed my mind. I changed my mind. No. I thought that we were going to get to test the drugs, test them. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. It's
a joke. It's funny. I think it's funny. But yeah, everyone took the 49ers.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Scrooge McDuck has a better chance of finding a gold mine in Tennessee than the Titans do of winning this game. I'm sorry, Tennessee fans. It is what it is.
I sure as fuck ain't changing this one up. Oh, man. Did that just happen?
Next game is Vikings.
I apologize, guys. I apologize.
Next two games, Vikings, Cowboys. Everyone took the Cowboys.
Oh!
William was the lone wolf that took the Vikings. J.J. McCarthy won player of the game last week. If he can do it for a second week in a row, that will go a long way in him possibly getting another year.
Not that he doesn't have the tools to do it with the Vikings. I mean...
Either way, we're going to see a McCarthy meme. People are just out of control with the J.J. McCarthy memes on social media.
Yeah, for sure. My pit bull agrees. Did you hear that?
I did. Smart pit bull. Very smart dog.
Very
Dolphins, Steelers. I might have to go to Permane Bros to watch this game. The last time I watched a Monday night game at Permane Brothers, the Chiefs and Rams played. It was a 54-51 shootout.
No.
I probably shouldn't waste my Permane Bros slot on this game because I don't like either the Dolphins or the Steelers. So, but yeah, I do need to go back there if it's going to lead to a high scoring game or the highest scoring game since Chiefs Rams.
Well,
I do
we're
need to
gonna
go
go
back
there
to Manny
some-
Bros. And what's funny
We're
is
gonna
that
go there
year
sometime, bro.
I did the game recap with crayons when I was at Permani Bros. William, you saw the post on my Facebook timeline.
With
I
crayons?
had the Rams and the Chiefs
No way,
game
dude.
recap in crayons.
And that didn't go into our crayon eating episode with Camp Gadabo? I mean, really?
Yeah. You posted the thumbnail for that on the timeline too, but it's like, yeah. The 2019, I was doing a game recap with crayons because I didn't have an iPad yet at the time.
Nice.
I did end up getting an iPad the year.
I like it, man. Crayon eaters.
But
Crayon Eaters Anonymous.
I did a game recap with crayons. So
Crayons Eaters Anonymous.
Crayon Eaters Anonymous. That's great. Yeah, everybody took the Steelers except for William. He took the Dolphins. Devin Achane did get injured against the Achane did get injured against the Jets. I don't know if he's playing yet, William.
That's okay because there is Jalen Wright actually did something.
Yeah, he had over 100 yards.
And Ollie Gordon is behind him, and
yeah, they've got really good depth at running back. I agree, William.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
So,
all right. So
I just have to catch up with you all. So
yeah,
it's gonna happen. But I do like them because there was this dude that got arrested actually here in town the other day for something where I live, and it looks like an old cracked out version of Aaron Rodgers. That's that meme that I sent you. Aaron Rodgers
A&M is beating South Carolina State.
Huh?
Prairie View A&M is beating South Carolina State. That's the first bowl game we talked about on Under the Bleachers. I really don't care for it. Neither team's an FBS team. They're both FCS teams. It's like, why are we putting two FCS games in a bowl game? I know they're both HBCUs, and that's cool that we have an HBCU bowl game, but it's like...
Well, that's why. So...
But it's not an official bowl game. It's like, that's the part that annoys me.
Okay, get off my cord. My pit bull's on my cord.
Okay. Well, yeah, we've pretty much covered everything. We covered everything NFL related. We've covered everything NHL related. We covered the MLS draft. I still need to finalize some stuff for that. But yeah. And then Washington plays Boise State tonight. I like Washington in that game, but I don't know if these bowl games are going to be good because some of the team's best pro players might opt out. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
no.
I'm going to end the show on both Talk Shoot and Restream. Thank you guys so much for joining us. That's William Yanish. I'm Chris Ransom. We'll be back next week with the top cornerback rankings. I think we have like 50 or 55 corners, but yeah.